Sky News political editor Andrew Clennell joins me now. Great to have you, Andrew. Tuesday, as always. Let's start in the Melbourne seat of Dunkley. That by-election, of course, on the 2nd of March. Big test for Labor because they should hold this seat. It's a 6% margin. And, of course, the Labor incumbent died in office, which tends to provide somewhat of a sympathetic vote. Certainly has in the past. But this is important. Polling in the seat, and this was prefaced a couple of days ago by Peter Dutton. It is for Labor a shocker, we're told. There's leaked internal Liberal polling out today that says the PM's in serious net negative territory, a massive 11 points down. But also a published poll from Roy Morgan today that says the coalition's primary vote well ahead of Labor on 37.5 and in two-party preferred terms at 49.5, just a tad there behind Labor. Well, Andrew Clennell, what do you think is driving all of this?
Well, I don't normally... Sorry, I've just got myself in my ear here, if the technical people can look after that. Peter, I don't see Roy Morgan as particularly reliable.
Have we got Andrew Clennell?
But I do see a trend against the government here. OK, that's been corrected. And I think that's pretty standard mid-term, but he's suffering from two events. One is cost of living. The other is the failed voice, which has diminished him in the eyes of some voters. So, and in terms of Dunkley, my information is it's line ball and the Liberals can win, certainly before these tax cut changes. Now, I think the fact that the tax cut changes only give those at the lower end another $16.40 a week from July is not enough. It is not enough. So, Peter, I think that I still think the Liberals are in with a solid chance in Dunkley. I believe that Anthony Albanese will struggle there, and I believe that he should have done more in terms of this cost of living package if he wanted to win the by-election. I think it should have been $30 or $40 a week for those on lower to middle incomes. So that's just casting aside the broken promise, the fact there are now many people on higher incomes in Sydney and Melbourne in particular, and FIFO workers in WA who will be doing, who won't vote for Anthony Albanese again. It's as simple as that after this. But that is not as big a percentage as the government keeps pointing out as those who are receiving the benefit. The problem is many of those people have much more expensive mortgages, much more expensive rents, more expensive groceries, more expensive electricity bills, and $16.40 doesn't punch a hole in that, and they only get it in July. So actually, to be honest, I'll wait for the news poll. I don't buy the Morgan polls. Considering where they're at with the cost of living, it could be even worse for the government. And this is where Peter Dutton needs to ensure that he does some work this year, later in the year, admittedly, on being the alternative, on saying to people, vote for me. He'll do well from wrecking it or seeking to wreck the government. There's enough to work with, but there's not division there. There's not the leadership push on that there was in the last Labor government at this time. So he needs to start presenting an agenda, in my book.